just this week, Apple employees and shareholders issued an open letter urging the company to please stop matching employee donations to organizations connected to the Israel military action in Gaza and illegal settlements in the West Bank. This letter calls for an immediate investigation and the cessation of matching donations to organizations that support illegal settlements and the IDF right now, which is killing civilians. So will lawmakers get involved in that too and say you can't ask Apple to stop that? Apple's going to keep doing that. Say that shareholders maybe can't stop a donation. Will they do something like that, given how in the pocket they are for Israel? Which, again, leads to the question, why? Why do our lawmakers do such bidding for Israel? Why is that? Well, one obvious reason is something that we were told about just last week. I don't know if you caught this, but I'd like to highlight this content. Representative Thomas Massie on Tucker Carlson said this about how every Republican representative has an Israeli representative babysitter.
They're not registered.
Is there any other Republican who has your views on this?
Well, I have Republicans who come to me on the floor and say, I wish I could vote with you today. Yours is the right vote, but I would just take too much flack back home. And I have Republicans who come to me and say, that's wrong what AIPAC is doing to you. Let me talk to my AIPAC person. By the way, everybody but me has an AIPAC person.
What does that mean, an AIPAC person?
It's like your babysitter, your AIPAC babysitter, who is always talking to you for AIPAC. They're probably a constituent in your district, but they are, firmly embedded in AIPAC. And
every member has something like this?
I don't know how it works on the Democrat side, but that's how it works on the Republican side. And when they come to DC, you go have lunch with them, and they've got your cell number, and you have conversations with them. So I've had
that's absolutely crazy.
I've had 4 members of Congress say, I'll talk to my AIPAC person. And it's literally what we call them, my AIPAC guy. I'll talk to my AIPAC guy and see if I can get him to, dial those ads back.
Why have I never heard this before?
It doesn't benefit anybody. Why would they want to tell their constituents that they've basically got a buddy system with somebody who's representing a foreign country? It doesn't benefit the congressman for people to know that, so they're not going to tell you that.
Have you seen any other country do anything like this? Like
no.
Russia obviously determines the outcome of our elections. We keep hearing that. Does anyone have a Putin guy that they talk to?
Not only do they not have a Putin guy, look, they don't have a Britain guy. They don't have an Australian guy. They don't have a Germany dude. It's the only country that does this.
I've said that, I tweeted this the other day. Thomas Massie is a national treasure.
Yeah.
And we should protect him at all costs. All of these other people have an AIPAC guy that they're in the tank for. They receive money from these guys, and they're handed money from these guys, and they're told what to do. They're told what to say.
Yeah.
They're told how to vote.
So he later points out how these Zionist government representatives don't always have even the people of Israel or people who are Jewish. They don't have their best interest at heart. They want war with Iran. Most Israelis do not want that, or nobody rational would want a war with Iran. But again, if what you resist persists, my most pessimistic assessment of this is that the U.S. and Zionist governments work to shut down a peaceful protest. And what did they get? A violent one on October 7th. And the Israeli economy will hurt anyway because they resisted BDS, because they continue to attack civilians, and Gaza is an unpopular war throughout the world. My next pessimistic assessment is also this, that the failing U.S. economy, the U.S. government, will be called upon, because in that screen that I showed you, when that banker said the Israeli government has to save us, has to do something about our failing businesses because of this war, I'm afraid that they'll ask the U.S. government to do that. We don't have it. You see the debt clock behind me. We can't afford it. We should absolutely be using our money to benefit the American people. But I think that maybe the American people will be asked to bail out the Israeli economy. because these lawmakers with babysitters might make us. So again, that's pessimistic, but I'm just saying that was where my mind went. So let me know what you think of that.
Thank you for watching. Please share Boycott Israel Free Palestine